Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today we're going to look at a question posed by Jack, NI8N. And he has an interesting question that I think a lot of people have run into, which is this, that you can tune a radio at low power for lowest SWR, and then when you put full power to it, you can tweak that antenna adjustment again and actually raise the indicated total power out. And he is asking what's going on. What's going on is that you should tune for minimum SWR. I usually just tune for minimum reflected power and then go with that. What is happening when you are changing the tune? You're putting it slightly out of tune, okay? And there's going to be reflected power. Now, if you, and so the SWR goes up, but it seems like more power is going out because some of the power is coming back into the transceiver, a little bit of it is bouncing back, so you get the appearance of higher power going forward. So what you should do, tune for minimum SWR, or as the case of what I do with the cross needle, is just tuned for minimum reflected power, and then go with it. This additional thing of tuning then for max power, you're allowing the transceiver to overdrive and send out power that is not in band. It's actually creating spurious emissions, and that's why you see extra power. That extra power is not going on your signal where you want it. You're getting some spurious emissions out of there. So I think that's what's going on here. I would recommend that you take that minimum SWR and go with it. Now, one other thing that could be happening here is that there is a nonlinearity in the SWR meter. So it's the needle, as the needle goes up and shows its power, it's not exactly on a proper linear, or usually they're logarithmic scale on there. And as you see the power go up, it's because as you put more power into it, the SWR should stay steady, but sometimes it doesn't. This could be due to a nonlinearity in your transceiver, if you've got an old tube rig or something like that, where the impedance changes as the power goes up. That can happen, but normally not in modern radios. You can also be getting spurious emissions in there if the transmitter is overdriven, because if you fiddle with the controls and put out too much. So go read your instruction manual very carefully on how to set up your transceiver so it does not override. I just did a video recently where I was able to take my old Yaesu FT101B up there and actually create splatter. It's an old enough rig that you could actually create splatter. Most of the newer rigs prevent you from creating splatter. This one does not. And we were able to see it on the oscilloscope and particularly on the spectrum analyzer. So that's what you run the risk of doing. Tune for the best SWR and go with it. Turn up your power, and you should be quite contented. Another thing that you can do is talk to another ham who lives relatively nearby, who can listen to you go through all of this, and then he can tune around and tell you if you're creating splatter of any kind. So I hope that helps answer your question. It's a tough question, I know, and it seems conceptually that there's something nonlinear going on here. That the maximum power output is not the same setting as the minimum SWR. It can happen. So there you have it. I hope that's helpful. We do have a giveaway going on right now. We're giving away a Indian build. It's from India, as in India, and it's from hfsigs.com, and it is a micro BITX version 6 that has been built. The case is on it. It's been tested. There was a video made about it, and you can take a look at that and see what you think of it. To enter giveaway number 3, send a postcard, your QSL card, or an envelope with a single sheet of paper in it to Dave Kassler, KE0OG, P.O. Box 98, Ridgeway, Colorado 81432. And inside put your name, call, the giveaway number, which is number 3, and your shipping address, where you want it shipped to, and your phone number that I can call if I have any questions. I don't need your email address. Note that when I am done with this giveaway, all of the entries will be, let's see, I think they're going to be shredded. We'll shred them so that it preserves your privacy. I do not give this information to anybody. And there's no charge to you, except for the postage stamp, because I will pay the postage to whoever the winner is. It needs to be stateside only because postage rates going out of the country are exorbitant. So we'll keep that. Now, the post office these days is going postal, so something's going on there, and they're really slowing down the mail. So please have your entry in 1 week prior, and I can't see the calendar. The drawing will be on the 28th, so please have your entry in the mail by the 21st. Note that it needs to be in my hands on the 28th, because we're going to do the drawing. And then the next day, the winner will be shipped out. So postmarks and stuff like that don't matter. I will kind of take a look at postmark dates, kind of to get a feel of how long the post office is taking. We're a little bit off the beaten path here in Ridgeway, so please give it at least a week to get here. Every time we do the drawing, I get several entries that are too late, and I'm really sorry, but oh well, that's that. I'm going to try and do this every month. I've got so much stuff. I think the next 2 months I've got a couple antennas that I have tested, and one is from Alpha Delta and the other one is from MFJ, and we'll get those as giveaways. So there you have it. Until we next meet, 73.